Music motivation. This is a little series that we have going on, if you're not familiar with it, where I share a little bit about sort of what's going on in my music life and sort of hopefully give you a little bit of inspiration and motivation based off of that, or maybe even just some practical tools to work on in your music journey. And at the end of it, we fill out a template and plan our action for the week for how we're actually going to move forward in our music journey and our clarinet journey this week. So today we're talking about the power of clarity and how important it is to have this clarity in what you're going for, and how that's again been showing up in my life. So this was a really fun thing last week. If you watched this last week, you may have seen that we were doing a lot of resolutions and goal setting and things like that. Um, it was really interesting for me that I did 4 presentations on that last week. I had the Monday music motivation um, at the start of last week. I did 2 master classes where we talked about sort of resolutions and goal setting, and then I had a big one for the Quick Start Clarinet Denizens on Friday. So I did a lot of thinking about my goals and changing every time a little bit, sort of what I was mainly focusing on and going for. So it was really helpful for me to get a lot of goals and really sort of refine it down in a few different ways. So my goals are basically to learn more music. I think I'm getting really quick at learning music and starting to really understand music. I think my clarinet playing is really solid, and I can pretty much get the instrument to do whatever I want. There's some fast stuff that I'm still refining, and some sound quality, like always an opportunity for improvement. Um, but I think I need more practice and just more exposure to more music to learn all of the nuances of phrasing and how I want to actually do things and practice my ideation skills and things like that. So that's a big goal of mine. Another big goal of mine is to keep up with these Monday music motivations and actually plan my practicing for myself so that I can learn and play a whole recital's worth of music at some point this year. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but I'm really hoping to put together an actual recital and or at least record a recital's worth of music to have. So those are the big things that I'm working on in my goals and the sort of goals that I figured out last week. But how that applies to this week is the power of clarity. What the goals give us is clarity for what we want. And that makes it so much easier to know what we need to do in the moment and in this week. So, one of the big things for me was learning more music. And I realized if I want to learn more music, I'm going to need to have more music to learn. So that's the sort of big takeaway for me is this week I'm going to order some new music and going to look for some new pieces to work on and to learn, because I want to. And I got some recommendations last week that I'm excited to explore and look through. So that's it for me. And this ties perfectly into the success formula, which is the whole point of like goals and resolutions. Just a quick recap for the success formula. This is an idea that I first got from Dean Graziosi, but it's very straightforward. Basically, you have clarity on what you want, you have honesty with where you are, and then it makes it really obvious what you need to do to go from where you are to where you want to be. So I got that clarity kind of for the first time that I want to learn lots and lots of new and interesting music. And now I was honest with myself that I don't actually have that much music. And I've played a lot of music, but there's a lot of great pieces that I've skipped. It's probably impossible to play every great piece of music that's ever been written, of course. But I had that honesty that, like, I probably should actually put my money where my mouth is. If I want to learn more music, I should probably actually buy some more music to learn, because my personal music library is pretty small, actually. Um, and by having that clarity of what I wanted, it made it super clear what I need to do today to start working towards that end goal. So that's all I want to say for you is, like, whatever it is that you want to do, you need to be clear about what you want. And then it becomes clear about what to do today. And it's doing those actions today and every day, or at least regularly and consistently, that's going to move you forward toward that goal towards what you're clear on. Speaking of action, let's get into our templates. This is a big part of the Monday Music Motivation, and this is something that is a big goal of mine to really be sticking to, is that every Monday I'm planning my week and going through it, and I want you to be doing the same. If you've watched any of these before, or even if this is your first one, I don't want you to just be like, oh yeah, that was really nice. That's great that Josh is organizing his practice and knows what he wants to get out of his goals and has that clarity. This isn't about me. I'm getting a lot of benefit out of it and I'm loving it. But this is about you and you doing this planning, because that's what's going to make the difference is when you take that action. So what it is, you can go to quickstartclarinet.com/get started and get it in my free members area, but it's very simple. You could also just recreate it for yourself. It's just the date of the week, the reflection of how things are going, goal for the week, and the plan for when you're actually going to do it. So for mine, last week I was sort of getting back into things, felt really good. One of my goals is to like really have outstanding technique. I think my technique is good, but I want it to be exceptional, where I can play lots of crazy fast notes very, very cleanly. Sort of like Martin Frost, I feel like has really exceptional technique, and that's kind of my goal. And I feel like that's starting to get there. Last week, as I was practicing the fast notes, were feeling really good. My goal for this week, since I want to learn more music, first I want to get more music to learn, and I want to finish up the Valerie Coleman sonatine that I've been working on. I think it's very close. I played through the whole thing last week. It was pretty solid. So I just want to sort of finish refining that this week, wrap that up so I can start moving on to the next piece to learn, so I can really learn a lot of new meaningful music this year. And then I have my plan. Today, I'm going to order some music. Tomorrow, I have a practice session planned to finish refining. Thursday, maybe I'll record it. I'll probably record it at least for myself. Maybe it won't be a recording that I upload or anything, but I'll definitely run through it, whether I record it or not, to get a good sense for that. That's definitely a piece that I would love to do on a recital. So I'll probably have a more substantial recording opportunity for it later. But that's my plan for the week. I put it in my calendar. That's the most important part, is like set reminders, put it in your calendar, whatever you need to make sure you're actually going to do it this week. And even before that, you have to actually define what you want to do. I didn't plan this, but even on a micro scale, we have the clarity for the week, and that gives us clarity for what we need to do in our actual practice sessions. So that's my Monday music motivation for today. I want to wrap it up so you can go right away to filling out your template and getting your plan for this week in your calendar, in your reminders, in your journal, your to-do list, however you organize yourself. But put practicing in there, prioritize your practicing, and that will move you forward on your clarinet and music journey. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next week for the next Monday Music Motivation.